put me on probation or put me in jail, and then my kids can just be
Just slow down.
taken into CPS or something, because I had my kid's dad just take off on me. I don't really have any help, so
Slow
even
down.
if I'm not doing probation, and I'm not paying any fines, 'cause I don't even have a job.
Slow
I
down.
don't have any help. So my only option
Ma'am,
is to.
Ma'am, get control of yourself. Let me just.
Not talking to you. There's no. I literally have no time to deal with this. I just need.
Slow down. You need to slow down. Will you please slow down and listen to me a second? And then that you resisted and obstructed an officer by failing to comply with lawful commands. This is, both are misdemeanors punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs for all of those penalties. Do you understand that? Did you sign the advice or rights form here today, and did you read it and understand it?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial then. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
I'm entering a not guilty plea on both cases. I'm giving you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. You cannot purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. And also, no contact with prosecution witnesses except through your lawyer. I'm sorry, yeah, except through your lawyer if you ever get one. Do you understand that?
What's that on the other side?
It means you can't have contact with prosecution witnesses, but if you have any of their witnesses,
Oh.
I mean, it could be neighbors, you can't have any contact with them. I don't know where you live, I don't want to know, but you can't have any contact with anybody who they may call, that was on the scene watching what happened. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Well, you're, okay, do you? You're looking at me like you don't.
Do you mean like the police were on the scene watching what happened?
You-
Or like
I don't know who was there. I don't want to know. I don't even want to know if you were there. I'm going to assume you weren't there. Listen to me. But if there's any witness for the prosecution, you can't personally have contact with them, whether it's a police officer or a neighbor or whoever else heard this.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm entering a not guilty plea. I'm sending you to the prosecutor. We will go from there. Okay?
Yes.
You're going to go out in the hall and sign in next to Brownstown, and they'll call you in and speak to you about it. And then either way, you're coming back in front of me. Thanks. Mark Brom.
Thank you.
Mark Brom, 25B148535A. Which one do you have, Mr. Boulahanis? I don't even,
Your Honor, I have Clayton Burgee and Evan Harato.
okay.
And I've seen the prosecutor already, and we're ready on both of those if the file makes it to the court.
Okay. Okay, thanks. I'll be right with you. Mr. Brom, your name?
Mark Brom.
All right, so this is simply an early discharge. John, call Brownstown in here, will you, 249? Give me 1 second. So you're trying to be discharged in half the time, you file the petition, and I'm gonna call in the prosecutor. It says you've done everything, so there shouldn't be a problem. Just grant me. Give me 1 second. Good morning.
Hey, Judge.
Your appearance?
Caitlin Foley Carter with Grasslands Township.
I placed this defendant on probation. It was leaving the scene of a property damage accident for 9 months. Mark Brom's his name. He's done everything. It looks like they emailed you on the 10th. Do you have any objection to early discharge?
No.
All right, so by law, you're entitled to that, sir. I'm going to go ahead and grant your request for early discharge. You are all set. You're off probation. We'll send you the paperwork, okay?
Thank you very much.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Evan Samuel Hurtado, 26W841254 A, B, and C.
1 second, Your Honor. You can get him in the. Mr. Hurtado? Come on in.
No.
You're sit like that, please. Good morning, Your Honor. Greg Boulahanis, P36431, on behalf of Evan Hurtado.
Mr. Hurtado, your name, sir?
Evan Hurtado.
Okay, he's got a charge of OWI. He's got an MIP civil infraction and possession of tobacco. Today is the date scheduled for arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor. We waive the reading of the complaint, stand mute, enter a not guilty plea. We just need further discussions with the prosecutor. We're just asking for a pretrial date, and I think it'll be resolved at that pretrial date, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you, sir. I'm going to give you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume alcohol, marijuana, or illegal controlled substances, or you're not to purchase, possess, or consume tobacco products of any kind. Also, again, you cannot leave the state, cannot violate a law, and you must appear in court as directed. I'm going to give you a pretrial date. Heather, what do you have for me?
March 18th at 9:15.
Oh,
Good day,
Yeah.
Mr.
1 second, Your Honor. I'm sorry, 1 second. I get it here, March. Did you say March 18th?
Yes, at 9:15.
Okay, 1 second here. Could we do it a little bit later? I have a PCC hearing at 9 a.m. in Dearborn Heights.
Is that in person?
It's by Zoom.
You want to do 10:15?
Yeah, 10:15 would be great, Your Honor.
10:15 will make it, Heather, okay?
Okay.
You're all set, sir. We'll see you here on that date. Thank you very much. Berge.
Thank you.
Clayton Curtis Berge, 26W841-243, A, B, and C.
I'll be right, bring him right in, Your Honor.
Take your time.
Mr. Berge? I'll be right out from.
Take your time.
Okay, Your Honor. Greg Boulahanis, P36431, on behalf of Clayton Berge, Your Honor.
Sir, your name?
Clayton Brady.
All right, so for purposes of arraignment, he is charged with super drunk MIP and possession of tobacco. How is he?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's all right, go ahead.
We waive the reading of the complaint. My client stands mute. We'd ask the court to enter a not guilty plea for purposes of the arraignment, Your Honor, and we have resolved this matter.
All right, so this will now result, I'm entering a not guilty plea. This is now going to be a plea to operating while visibly impaired, and he's also going to plead responsible to minor in possession, and it looks like the tobacco charge will be dismissed, the super drunk will be dismissed, and there's agreed upon cost of recovery of $150. Is all of that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, if you plead guilty to operating while impaired, the possible penalties are up to 300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs or all those. 4 points would be added to your traffic record. Your license would be suspended or revoked in accordance with your record, and your vehicle could be, or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I didn't hear a word you said. You got to go a lot louder than that.
Yes.
You are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. If you plead guilty, you're waiving the presumption of innocence. You're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're waiving your right to a trial of any kind. At that trial, you're waiving your right to bring in your own witnesses, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses, and to testify or remain silent. Again, by pleading guilty, you're giving up your right to a trial of any kind. You understand that?
Yes.
You still wish to plead guilty
Yes.
to the charge operating while impaired? How do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of minor in possession, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on January 23 of 26 on Freeland near Reek and Woodhaven?
Yes.
And prior to that, did you drink alcohol? And if so, what did you drink? And how much did you drink?
Yes, I drank. It was vodka, 6 to 7 shots.
What else?
Just vodka.
Were you hand pouring these so-called shots, or did you drink out of a bottle, or what?
Hand pouring.
Yes,
You
Your
weren't
Honor,
pouring
so
them
you're not-
into a shot glass, were you, sir?
No.
You were just hand pouring them into a cup?
Yes.
And was your ability to operate the motor vehicle impaired due to the consumption of the alcohol?
Yes.
In what way?
Probably unable to stay in the lane.
Okay, so you were swerving, going in and out of your lane of travel?
Yes.
You think you were doing that at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
Yes.
And he took a breath intoxilizer test at the station, and were the results, do you so stipulate, of
We stipulated,
0.259?
yes, 2.241 and 0.259, yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
You're 20 now, right?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea to operating while impaired. I find it to be an accurate plea. I'm also accepting and made voluntarily and understandingly, I'm also accepting your plea to MIP. And I'm dismissing pursuant to stipulation the possession of tobacco charge. That's really high.
Your Honor,
That is really high for a kid that can't drink yet. You're not legally entitled to drink. We got a problem. You better make this bond argument good. I'm not talking about cash. He's going to be getting a sober link by the end of the day. What do you want to say?
yes, Your Honor, he has been attending AA twice a week. I've seen his AA attendance sheet. Got 4 meetings in, and he made a very bad decision on this day. He has a very, very good job. He's works on the wind turbines, makes very, very good money. He made a horrible decision this day, and he has been abstaining since the date of this incident, Your Honor. He is seeing a therapist. He lives about an hour and a half away from here. He lives in the tip of the thumb, correct?
Yes.
And so he's seeing a therapist. He said he's had 3 meetings with a therapist, and he's signed a release of medical records. So they're supposed to be providing me in the court with a copy of his progress. I don't know who the therapist is.
It scares me, Mr. Berge. I hope it scares you.
Yeah, it does.
Can I tell you something, young man? And when I see somebody who isn't legally able to drink with this kind of breathalyzer, the odds of them coming back to a courthouse and something alcohol related are like exponentially high. Exponentially high. I mean, if you're drinking like that at 20, you're going to be drinking until you're. This is bad. Here's what I'm doing. $1,000 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You're to attend AANA at least 4 times a week, and that is to be in person. Every time you go, you have to have your form signed. Every time you come to court, you have to bring the form with you. Every time you come to any court proceeding, whether it's here or at your lawyer's office on Zoom, you have to have that form with you. You are to be on a SoberLink device by the end of the day. I'm ordering, and that's a machine that you're going to blow into. I'm ordering a screening and assessment. Heather, call over to probation, please. See how they want to handle this. They could do the screening and assessment, I suppose, by Zoom, and then they could instruct him as to where he has to go to get the SoberLink device. I'm going to defer the sentencing on the MIP. I will, like I said, I'm dismissing the possession of tobacco, no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, no tobacco of any kind, no tobacco products of any kind. Again, AANA 4 times a week. Sober-link device by end of the day. You cannot leave the state without consent or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. We're going to give you, I'm going to order a screening and assessment, and I'll give you a sentence date. We could probably do that same day.
That same day is fine as long as it's, a little bit later than 10:15, Your Honor. They can both be set for 10:15, I guess.
I don't have to do that sentencing the same day. Let me see here. I'm going to let her tell me what to do. Heather, what do you want me to do on that sentencing date wise? She's probably
Sorry, I have Jessica zooming in to talk to them too, Judge. I was on the phone with her. Do you want it on a Woodhaven day?
It doesn't have to be. We can do, you know what? I would love to do these with retained lawyers on Monday morning, while everybody else is getting ready with landlord, tenant, and civil. So I can do a Monday morning is probably the best.
Look and see what we've got coming up. A couple weeks out, you're off, because they're going to need time to do the report for the screening and assessment. But then it puts us the following week, which would put us the same week that he's doing the other hearing anyhow. So I'm not sure.
You want to do
9th if that's possible, Your Honor.
I'm not here. I can do the 16th.
16th?
I can't do the 16th. I got all kinds of.
How about the 23rd?
1 second. I could do the 23rd, but it would have to be around 11.
Are you going to be here? Are you going to be ready at 11? As long as you're going to be ready at 11. Otherwise, I'll give you another date.
Yeah. Can we do it via Zoom, Your Honor?
You know what? I can't really do that. I don't want to do it that late on a Monday. Give me another date, Heather. Why don't we do
Do you want to just do the 18th then when he's doing his other one?
Yeah, we can do the 18th.
That's fine.
And we'll do this at 10:30.
Okay, Your Honor.
So you guys wait right there, but I want to be clear, you're getting the SoberLink device. I'm not trying to pick on you, Mr. Berge, but this is really scary. If you're not scared about this, you should be. I'm deferring the sentence
right now
on the other case. Thank you. We'll see you guys here then. Thanks.
May I ask you just one thing, please?
Sure.
Regarding the bond. So, where he's at, he was able to find 2 AA meetings one on Monday, one on Tuesday during the week within a 10 or 15 mile radius from his place. Is there any possibility he can do 2 in person and 2 via Zoom per week? Is that a possibility? Or do you want him to do all 4 in person? I don't know where he's going to have to
Where in
go.
the world is Ovid at?
I'm sorry?
He lives in Ovid, O-V-I-D?
Yeah.
No,
I've never heard of it.
I moved up into the thumb. It's called Sebewing.
Well, we need to have a good address for you. Are you living on West High Street?
No, that's my mother's address. I've recently moved.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Here, Your Honor, I got the address. I can.
Go ahead.
It's 352 10th Street, apartment 2, and I'll spell Sebewing because I don't think anybody knows how to spell it here. Sebewing. I've never.
Sebewing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that 10th like a 10 or a TENTH? 10th Street.
The word 10th.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
need-
writing that on the file for you. No, I can let him do for 2. He's going to do in person by Zoom 2, but you're going to have to describe what was talked about. I don't want any names on that. What date you were on Zoom, what time you were on Zoom, what location it was at, and what was talked about. Just a little paragraph, okay?
Yeah, that's usually what I ask them to do, Your Honor.
All right, so that's good enough. We'll see you here on the 18th. Be careful, Mr. Berge. Make sure you get that SoberLink device. You're going to explain that to him too, Jessica. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am. All right, Travis. Philip Shatima, 267841050. Okay. So the prosecutor has sent in a stip form here. It just says duplicate ticket. This is a duplicate ticket. to W, it looks like 8-4, either 1 or 7. I can't read this. It's either 8-4-7-3-2-4 or 8-4-1-3-2-4. So I'm dismissing this on his motion because for whatever reason, there was a duplicate issued here. All right. Sarah Berger? Sarah Ashley Berger? 26B149 830A and B. Your name?
Sarah.
Can you afford your own lawyer?
No, I don't even have a job.
Well, let's do this. You're requesting a bench trial?
Yeah.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer?
No. Honestly, I have a lot going on right now in my life. I don't have time for this. So if you guys can just put me on probation or put me in jail, and then my kids can just be
Just slow down.
taken into CPS or something, because I had my kid's dad just take off on me. I don't really have any help, so
Slow down.
I'm not doing probation, and I'm not paying any fines, 'cause I don't even have a job.
Slow
I
down.
don't have any help. So my only option
Ma'am,
is to
Ma'am, get control of yourself. Let me just
not talking to you. There's no, I literally have no time to deal with this. I just need.
slow down. You need to slow down. Will you please slow down and listen to me a second? Mr.
Judge, a couple of things. We wanted to check because somewhere in the area he got picked up and this was around the COVID time. And he was singing Judge in Allen Park or in Lincoln Park. He thought that he had paid the fines and restitution, so we first want to get a fix on how much he's paid. There have been some payments I saw in the pot.
Heather, it looks like, correct me. I don't know what in the world's going on. It looks like Judge Kirsten sentenced him. I don't know what happened. Looks like Judge Hessen had him in front of him on May 7th of 24. Had him in front of her, and it looked like he was to pay $761. Heather, can you look at JIS and see what happened on May 7th of 24, please?
May 7th. I'm looking, so it looks like Judge Kirsten was here then.
No, not
It was-
on May 7th of 24, he wasn't. These are Judge Hessen's notes on the back of the register. There's a arraigned guilty sentence, credit 11 days.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking at that wrong. So
Sorry.
yeah, we have a JIS for him to pay $761 on May 17th. Then the balance was to be due on July 12th of 24.
Of course, he didn't pay.
That is correct. There was no payment. Because we done in June of 24, we sent a collection letter out.
You keep playing fugitive with us, young man. You do this with all courts, or you just do it with us in
No,
Woodhaven?
Your Honor, I was in the Flat Rock court and
We don't have,
they
there
said-
isn't a court in Flat Rock. We're in Woodhaven.
no, I know. I was here is what I'm saying. I was in jail in Flat Rock and I was on Zoom with the Lincoln Park judge and he told me to come in there and
When was this?
This, I don't remember exactly. It was a couple years ago is when I paid it off.
You were in
so-
front of Judge Hessen on May 7th of 24. It looks like she told you to pay $761 on May the 17th and $760.87 on July the 12th, or serve 79 days. And you didn't do either one of those. You didn't make either one of those. Listen.
No, I've been listening. I'm sorry.
What do you,
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything. I'm
Okay.
just flabbergasted that you played with this case like this.
No,
I
Your
re-
Honor, I understand. I literally paid Lincoln Park though for
I don't
it
care. We're
because,
not in Lincoln Park. This is Woodhaven. I don't care what you did in Lincoln Park. You kidding me?
Your Honor, they were about it was this same case. It was for this case.
You're telling me you took the money to Lincoln Park?
No, Your Honor. When I was in this for this case, I came here. I was on the Zoom call with Lincoln Park Court when I was in Flat Rock
That's
Jail.
fine, Lincoln Park, because they probably zoomed in on a case of theirs. They weren't handling it for us. You were in front of Judge Hudson on May 7 of 24, whether it was by Zoom or in person. And I just told you twice what she said. And you didn't pay, and you didn't show up, and you didn't ask for more time. Now you've been picked up.
No, Your Honor, I literally, they told me it was for this case though. I've only had
Who
one
is
case.
they? Who is they?
The Lincoln Park judge told me that he said that, I don't know, I paid off Lincoln Park and I only had this one case. So I don't understand. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know what to tell you. It's clear what happened. Heather, am I missing something?
No, Judge, because then after that, what we just went over, he was show caused and then he failed to appear for the show cause. And that's when the warrant went on.
You want to play fugitive, this is what happens, son.
Your Honor, I don't have no problem with the like paying her to the restitution or anything. It's just I thought I already did that because Lincoln Park told me it was for this case, and I paid $1,500 plus court cost and all that. So I don't understand, but I'll pay
Would
it
you
again.
stop? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you telling me a judge in Lincoln Park told you didn't have to pay Woodhaven?
No, Your Honor. The judge in Lincoln Park told me that I had to pay restitution, and it was for this case. So I paid Lincoln Park restitution for this case.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about? You went to... For this case. I don't know what in the world you're talking about. You were sentenced in 2019 on this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you came back and Judge Kirsten suspended your jail start because of COVID. And then you didn't show up for your jail start.
No, Your Honor. When I was in Flat Rock Jail is when they transferred me. I went to Wayne County and served like 7 days, and then they let me out because of COVID. And then I was supposed to come back, but they said I had a court date. And when I went to the court date, they sent me. When I came back to Flat Rock Jail, I was on the Zoom call with Lincoln Park and judge, and it was for this case. And the judge said to come in there next court date. And then when I went in there next court date, he put me on tether, and I paid restitution, and I got it all off, and then he got my tether off. I don't know. All I'm saying is it's only been this one case though, so I don't understand.
Why in the world? You had a case in Lincoln Park, is what you're telling me, right?
No, I had a case. It was for this case. I don't know why Lincoln Park had it, but I was in Flat Rock Jail dealing with this one case, this single case, and Lincoln Park
See,
judge.
any indication? Is there any indication that any judge other than a judge of this court handled any proceeding on this case other than Judge Kirsten and Judge Hudson? Heather?
Not in our system. I see nothing, Judge.
Your Honor, listen, I'll pay the restitution and I didn't know I
Listen.
still owed it.
Listen, you're gonna pay it all, or you're gonna sit in jail.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll pay it. I don't have no problem with paying it. I just thought it was already taken care of.
You thought it was already taken care of.
Yes, because it was for this case when I got, it was, I understand.
Would you do me a favor, please?
Yeah,
Would you just kind of save it for me?
yeah, all right.
When was he picked up? Officer, you have to take your hat off. Tell me your name, please.
Officer McCardle. I
When was he-
don't know. Sorry?
When was he, you don't know when he was picked up?
It was this past week and I'm not exactly sure.
When
I
was
just
he
got-
picked up?
Yesterday, last night they stopped my aunt for a traffic stop.
You're gonna have to pay 15/21/87 or serve 78 days. I don't know what else to tell you. I am confused on this, though. I'll tell you what. I think Judge Hessen was trying to change and give him a break because he didn't show up when he was supposed to show up in 2020. I think that's what happened. You pay 15/21/87 or serve 20 days. We don't need to put any of the credit on there. I'm giving him more than enough credit. So you're going to be in custody for 20 days or until you pay 15/21/87. Any question? You got 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good enough. Thank you. Yeah, you pay that, you're going to be released and the file will be done.
All right.
Okay? That's
Yes,
it.
Your Honor.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take this one with Jennings. You're all set, officer. Good luck, sir. Chance Paul Jennings, 260-760-92A and B. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning.
Your name, Mr. Wayne?
Good morning to you and your staff, Your Honor. Matthew Wayne on behalf of the Township of Groseal.
Mr. Jennings, your name
Chance Jim.
and your name.
Jim Portis, Animal Control Officer.
I was concerned about this one. It says he's got 2 dead chickens in there. So you worked out a plea, Mr. Wayne, whereby the civil infraction is going to be dismissed. He's going to plead the cruelty to animals for 12 months and under section 771.1, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm just concerned about whether I want him to have any more animals. If you're not going to take care of them, why have them? If you plead guilty to this cruelty to animals, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. I'll take it under section 771.1. I will set terms and conditions. If you're compliant, the case will be dismissed at the end of 12 months. If you're not compliant, then the conviction will enter. You'll be subject to a 90-day jail term. Do you understand that? Did you sign an advice of rights form here today? Did you read it and understand it?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I told him general bond conditions I want to be clear about, but I did not get into specifics. I just said can't leave the state, can't violate a law. So I think we can take care of this after the plea. You understand everything that's going on?
Yes, sir.
You still have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I will give you one. Public expense. Do you understand that? Would you like a lawyer?
No.
To the charge cruelty to animals, how do you plead?
No.
On January 8 or 26 at 8:13 in the morning, were you residing at 25439 6th Street near Bellevue in Groseal?
Yes, sir.
And did you have animals?
Yes, sir.
You had a cat, a dog, and 5 chickens, you said?
At that time, I had 7 chickens.
But 2 died
Yes, sir.
because you didn't take care of them. They starved to death?
I don't know exactly what it was because the other 5 are still alive. So it couldn't have been whether it could have been a,
What's that? No feed evident.
but it was definitely,
Excrement piles in hen house in pen not being managed, 2 dead chickens in pen. Ms. Cordes, is that what you found?
Yes, sir.
May, Ms. Cordes elaborate?
Absolutely. But I wanna, you can come up here and tell me. You agree you didn't properly care for the animals, right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'm gonna accept that plea. I'll take it under 771. I'm gonna and the agreement is for 12 months, and I'm going to dismiss the civil infraction sanitary requirements charge. I don't think I want you to have any animals. If you're not gonna, go ahead. I want to hear
May Ms. Cordes.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
elaborate for the court before.
Yeah.
On the 8th, when I arrived, based on a neighbor complaint, they were concerned, they thought they had vacated the home. So I did enter the backyard, and initially I saw 5 live chickens, no evidence of feed. The water was not frozen at that time, so they did have fresh water available. And while I was looking, I had to enter the pen to look in the coop, there was an unreasonable amount of excrement piled up that hadn't been managed. It was then that I noticed one dead chicken that was half buried, so I believe it had been there for a little while, not cleared. And then, once I found that one, I did a deeper search and found another dead one that was probably more recently deceased under the coop. Upon speaking to Mr. Jennings, he stated they were out of town. And I asked if anyone was caring for the animals. He stated that they had somebody that was caring for the animals. Not sure if he missed 2 dead chickens, but on follow-up, on the 12th, I believe, I went back over there and there was feed present.
Did you speak to him on the 8th?
I think it was on the 8th. If it wasn't the 8th, it was the 9th. It was great around that time because they were out of town. It took me a minute to reach them.
So what I'm asking is, when you went out there on the complaint of the neighbor on the 8th, he was supposedly out of town, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you talked to him on the 9th or the 12th?
Well, I talked to them before I went back for a follow-up to check things out on the 12th.
Okay.
I took feed over there on the 8th because I was concerned that there was no feed. So I got feed. They already had water present. On the follow-up, there was plenty of feed on the ground. So I was happy to see that our conversation, I reached him in a way that he understood what providing adequate care means. And I'm hopeful that, going forward, they're going to step up their game and make sure that they're.
How long were you out of town?
Just a week.
Who was taking care of the chickens and the dog and the cat for you?
My cousin, family,
Who?
Morgan, my family, cousin,
Where's your family cousin live?
Taylor.
And Morgan didn't come through for you, right?
Under the circumstances, yes, sir.
I just don't know if I even want you to have a dog and a cat and a chicken, frankly, or chickens of any kind. Or any number, I should say. I don't know what we would do with chickens. I mean, the dog and the cat could be taken to an animal shelter, right?
Right.
But they're not gonna take chickens, right?
I've rehomed chickens before. I'd be interested in knowing your thoughts on, would I be able to do spot inspections during the 12 months?
Sorry, if I may, that wasn't.
I know it was, and you agree to that, right?
Yeah, I'm fully compliant with that.
I mean, she doesn't have to go into the house. Where,
I understand it would be just like vacations. She would walk in, just go check the backyard.
vacations, what do you mean?
No, like when I was on vacation. Like she would just walk into the backyard and go check the chickens. I know.
No. She wants, no. You don't have to be on vacation.
No, you said she doesn't have to come in the house. I'm saying I understand it would be like if I was on vacation, she would just help herself walk into the backyard, go check out the chickens.
And you don't have a problem with that?
No, sir. No.
Do you have a probation? Yeah, what'd I do with it? I'm sorry, throw it here, my mistake. I'm gonna sentence you now. And then I'll cover this all and we can be done. But you can't be doing this. I mean, if you're gonna. Did you guys talk about how often the inspections can take place?
We didn't have a set amount of inspections, Your Honor, but I mean, they would be ran for the course of extremely limited purpose of determining whether any unit was being cared for.
And again, you consent to that, right?
Yes.
Hang on one second. This one bothers me. All right, so I'm gonna ask you to kind of help me provide the verbiage to him. Defendant to adequately care for all animals on the property at 25-43963. Rosio. Defendant, per agreement, to allow township officials access to property to ensure all animals being properly cared for and fed. And provided with water. I'll take it under 771.1. Those are going to be the terms. Is there anything else you'd like to say? And then I'm going to ask you guys if there's anything else that you want me to include. Do you want to say anything else? So 12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear at probation as directed. If you do change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you have to notify probation. You're to adequately care for all animals on your property at 25439 6th Street in Grosseal. You're to allow township officials access to the property to ensure all animals being properly cared for and fed and provided with water. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Water, vet care,
And vet care.
and free from excrement. I mean,
Yeah,
Medical conditions.
and free from excrement, sir. You understand that?
Yes.
$100 fines, 50 costs. Did I forget anything else?
No, well, yeah, I just mentioned, I believe you mentioned it at the beginning, some sort of boilerplate language, but just the term is 12 months. No new violations during that time period. To make sure that was incorporated.
Yeah. Yeah, you cannot violate a law and you have to appear at probation as directed. You cannot violate a law if you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number. You have to notify probation. $100 fines, 50 costs, 75 victims' rights. Excuse me. $50 justice assessment. That's $275. Probation fees are $240 for $515. I should order some community service. I'm going to order you to serve. 2 days. Community service by April the 10th. We're going to give you a review hearing date. If you're compliant, the case will be dismissed, okay? What do you have for me, Heather?
It'll be February 24th.
February the 24th of 27. 8:30. 2027. Okay? I'm just saying, it's going so fast. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. Do you have all this money to pay?
Gotta do a payment, but I can pay.
Yeah, how much can you pay weekly? 50? 50 a week. I'll give you some leeway time. You can get started early. You can start this beginning March the 13th, okay?
Oh.
If you need more time, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom or you come in here, okay? And honor before the due date and ask for an extension, I'll be glad to give you. So I didn't really put any other bond conditions, but boy, you gotta be careful. I'm contemplating ordering you not to acquire other animals. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm telling you that, pardon?
Not in my future goals.
You're gonna properly care for those animals though.
Yes, sir.
You'll meet with probation. Good luck. Tittle. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Ms. Cordes. Brianna, and you too, Mr. Wayne. Thank you. Brianna Lynn Tittle, 260-76093A. Is this the same kind of case?
Yes, Your Honor, the fellows to put it together.
Come on up here, ma'am. Your name?
Brianna Tittle.
They're gonna go ahead and dismiss, so I'm just gonna indicate you stand mute. You stipulate that there was probable cause for the issuance of this citation,
Yeah,
and then he's gonna dismiss it. You understand? But you're agreeing they could proceed, that they have enough evidence. Case dismissed, motion to prosecutor. Please be more careful with these. Come on. You guys gotta do that. Good enough. We're all set.
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. How you been?
Okay.
Ms. Cordes. Eric Stefan Kish. I want nothing here on this. 25F244490. Mr. Gaith, this is yours, right?
No.
Who's your lawyer?
Why are you guy? He's just here. Carmen. Fish.
Let's go on to Markin. Is that yours?
No.
Stephen Thomas Markin, 25E1483648. I need, Caitlin. Caitlin, your name? Name?
Fully Carter, Crossing Township.
This is a request for early discharge.
I know.
You're granted early discharge. Good luck. We'll send you the termination. You're all set.
Thank you.
Good luck. Which one do you have?
I've got a couple, Judge. I have Mr. Kenny, I have Mr. Hunt, I have Mr. Huston, I have Miss Russell.
Bryant Kenny. Brian Allen Kenny, 25B1484464. Are any of the victims here? Bryant Kenny. And I'm going to call out the names of the victims. Your name?
Mr. Judge, may I get that, Mr. Kenny?
Is Kimberly Coates or Mark Koulibaly in here or on the Zoom?
I have no one on Zoom, Judge.
All right. Your client pled indecent exposure under HIDA.
Correct.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
No,
He pled a disorderly person.
Correct.
under HIDA.
My fault.
Your name?
Brian's Aaron King.
I read the report. Have you had a chance to,
We have, Judge. The report is factually accurate, Judge. I would ask the court to allow me to help you on Mr. Kenny, and then, maybe discuss just the term of probation with regard.
no problem. Go ahead.
Judge, Mr. Kenny is 26 years old. He's currently engaged. Does have one child, who's 3-year-old, and one on the way that lives with him and his fiance. He is working currently at DoorDash for the last 2 years. Judge, he has no significant criminal history whatsoever. He has no violent criminal history. I believe this whole incident stemmed from an argument that he and his current fiance had, and I guess in his frustration.
His current fiance, Kim Coates?
Yes,
She's your current fiance?
Yeah.
I thought I see. Okay. So, all right.
there was no violence or physical
I
contact.
know, I saw. You
Yeah.
got angry.
He got-
Exposed his buttocks. Silly, right? Silly.
Just,
Jeez.
we would ask the court to consider reducing the term of probation from 12 months to 6 months, considering Mr. Kenny's lack of criminal history. And as well as, Judge, would the court consider also not ordering Mr. Kenny to the impulse control program? I believe this is a one-time incident. He doesn't have a past history of any type of violence or loss of control. Everything else he's agreed to, and we would just ask the court for.
Anything you want to say?
Not exactly. I mean, I deserve a punishment, I guess. It's pretty stupid to act the way I did. I'm just mostly upset I did that in front of my son, and, you know, that's something that he talks about, is me making an ass of myself, so.
All right, you can't use that one. 6 months probation under HIDA. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. To change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. Maintain employment and provide proof. No contact with Mark Coulibaly. No reason for you to have contact with him.
He lives, but for the record, I believe he lives in Georgia, so he's no
Fine.
longer in the state of Michigan.
Serve 1 day of community service by April 1. Clear all outstanding warrants by March 15th. I won't order court work. I won't order impulse control program. 100 fines, 100 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. That's 3 1/4. Screening fees 60 for 385. Probation fees are 120 for 505. Court-appointed attorney fees are 40. Your total's 545. You pay all that, you stay out of trouble, you come back in 6 months. I will give you a review hearing date, and the case will be dismissed. Give me that date if you would, Heather.
All right, Judge, that will be August. Let's see, this is a Brownstown case.
It is.
Okay, August 19th.
August 19th at 8:30 in the morning. Okay? Is that when I'm gonna be going? Okay, August 19th at 8:30. And you're all set. Can you pay all this today?
I cannot, but
You
Monday,
can't,
I can, like,
You can pay it all by Monday?
pay some by Monday, at least half.
$225 by I'll say March the 3rd. Then 50 weekly beginning March the 13th. Can you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you need more time, you call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension. Good luck. Eric, Stefan, Kish. You'll meet with probation before you leave. Thank you. I'm gonna take this one real quick. If you got another one or two to work on, feel free and come back.
I cleared them all, Judge.
Eric, Stefan, Kish, 25F244490. Good morning, Mr. Carmen, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael A. Carmen, 37384, on behalf of the defendant.
Sir, your name?
Eric Kish.
Ms. Wiles?
Elizabeth Rossfish, Your Honor.
Okay, so he was arraigned on these charges, fair to pay fines and costs, and then the SoberLink positive or the interlock blows. What is he going to plead on these or does he want a hearing, or is he going to plead?
No, he's gonna plead guilty to count 1 and 2.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
If you plead guilty here, you could get 10 days to vote the 5 on each charge. Do you understand that? And did you sign, read, and understand the advice or rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there's not going to be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Count 1, that you failed to pay fines and costs as ordered, balance owing 1535 as of the date of the show cause. How do you plead?
Guilty.
On count 2, to the charge that you were positive for alcohol in your interlock device on February 21, that you blew a .172 at 217, 173 at 219, 161 at 312, 139 at 313, 158 at 322, 129 at 336, 136 at 338. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you blow positive if with those results on your interlock?
Yeah.
And had you consumed alcohol?
Yes, sir.
How much?
Not that much, is why the number throw me off, but
Well, that's a lot. That's pretty high. How much did you have?
it was by accident. It was a liquor rep drop off of some sort
Hang on a second.
of alcohol.
Am I reading this right, Beth? 117?
Your Honor.
Now, I would believe you had one drink if it was 16 ounces worth of vodka. Don't come in here and tell me accidental consumption. If you don't think you consumed anything, knowing, then let's have a hearing. Got it? You got it?
Yes.
Did you knowingly consume alcohol?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to get a light up here. I'm so disappointed in you. How much did you drink? Don't tell me one drink. I'm not stupid. I hate to use that word, but I'll use it in this context because I'm talking about myself.
82 to 3, to be honest with you.
2 to 3 what?
Alcoholic monster. I did try one.
Wait a minute, slow down. Slow down. What did you drink? I don't know what you're saying, 1 or 2, and then you said an alcoholic monster?
Yes.
What in the world's an alcoholic monster? They got all these different alcohol.
Monster is an energy drink, and with many beverages, they are now creating one that contains alcohol.
What kind of alcohol? What kind of alcohol?
There's many different kinds. There's malt liquor, there's one vodka.
The ones that you were drinking.
I'm unsure. They were delivered me by a liquor rep. I tried.
Feel intoxicated?
Sick, yeah.
No, I didn't ask you if you
Oh,
felt sick. Wait a minute, slow down. Did you feel intoxicated?
Yes, sir.
And was this at the bar?
Yes, sir.
Maybe you don't need to work at the bar anymore. I want to make sure I'm reading these results right.
Sure.
I'm not being a wise guy, but I kind of am because I don't want to hear this nonsense, Eric. You signed up for sobriety. It's not a game. It's not a game. We utilize funds that were granted to us to help people, to give you sober links, to give you all these outpatient if you needed deductibles, testing, you name it. You're just starting. You signed up for a marathon, you walked 400 yards and you turn around saying it's too tough. And now you got the audacity to come in here and lie to me. Don't you know sobriety court requires honesty?
Yes, sir.
Then why would you come in here and lie to me? I don't like people lying. Especially in a courtroom. We're not telling stories here. This is too important. You tried to get in a car and drive a car where you have a restricted license and tried to drive the car when all the test results are telling us you were drunk. This is serious, serious, serious business now. Anybody force you to plead guilty? I might have viewed this slightly differently if you came in here different and Aunt told me the truth. But you did. Accident. Give me a break. Yes, I must look really unintelligent.
Your Honor, if I could, on Mr. Kish's behalf.
I don't want to hear it yet. I got to vent for a second because I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up. You got no business being in sobriety court. None. Has anybody forced you to plead guilty? Please or accepted. Now you can talk, Mr.
Your Honor, when me and Mr. Kish met and spoke, he didn't indicate to me the same thing that he just told the court, that he drank a Monster, thinking it was just a regular Monster Energy. I looked it up on Google. I looked at the can, the picture of the can. The picture and the design of the can, they look very similar. Now, I'm not going to put words in his mouth or try to figure out what was, in his mind. But just one thing that struck me was that I didn't even know that there was Monster Energy drinks. And someone who consumes energy drinks occasionally myself, I think in his defense at least that it was possibly an innocent mistake at first. And I will represent to the court, looking at the picture here, that they're 16-ounce cans and they're 6% each. So as he just stated, if he drank 2 or 3 of them, I think that could put his BAC to the readings that were on here.
Over what course of time did you drink these 2 energy drinks?
45 minutes.
Was the rep that was promoting these, was he standing there with you while you were drinking them?
He was driving along.
So there was no hurry.
No.
And you certainly felt intoxicated.
When it all came to.
If you didn't feel intoxicated when you had a 0.172, then we got a bigger problem than I even thought.
Yeah, sure. The issue I have is he's a manager at a bar. He's meeting with a liquor rep. I find it very hard to believe that you are under the understanding that you're going to consume something that doesn't have liquor in it. It is a liquor rep. It is a person who is obviously advertising, selling, or trying to get that particular item in the bar. So that is a very hard sell for me that he didn't know that an item from a liquor rep wasn't going to have it. I'm not a manager at a bar. It's just a hard sell.
Have to cover this.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys come in here and they want to tell me, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know, man. I got through law school, for the God's sakes. I never said I was Einstein, but I'm not.
Yeah, the bigger issue at this point, and I don't think Mr. Kish maybe understands, is that the program has an obligation to inform Secretary of State that he attempted to drive a vehicle with alcohol in the system, and it is most likely going to result in them pulling his restricted license.
I'm ordering his restricted license to be pulled. You don't even have to confer with them. I want that document prepared today.
I will.
Anything you want to say? Your restricted license is to be pulled, and you are, congratulations, because I don't do this. You're going to jail today for 10 days. You got in a car and tried to start the car, and the only thing that stopped you from driving that car was the fact that it wouldn't allow you to because you had such a high VAC. And then you came in here and talked to me again like I'm 10. You're going to jail. And if you don't want to do sobriety court, just come on in, tell me next week when you get out after 10 days, we'll just give you the balance and we can be on our happy, merry way. We trust in you guys. We issue these restricted licenses. We're involved in that process because we can, when we get somebody in the sobriety court, you got over 2 times the legal limit and you're trying to drive. And then you're trying to tell me you didn't know there was alcohol. Give me a break. What else do I need to do? I'm so agitated right now.
Adjust the money.
I don't want him, I'm not, yeah, I'm gonna let you set up terms of payment with him right now, okay?
Yeah, sure.
What else do I have to do?
At this point, he is fine in regards to, phases. I'll do the calculation with the 90 days if that's
I
necessary.
don't even know if I want him in here anymore, to tell you the truth. You guys sign up for this, it's serious business. You didn't come in here on an open intox, buddy. Get out of here. Have a seat in the jury box. James Hunt Jr. I'm sorry, Jamal Hunt Jr. 24B1458158 and B.
Good morning, Judge. Nice and good. Turn back to the house. Take a full in. Jamal Hunt Jr.
He's gonna plead.
For any purposes, we'll stand here, maybe.
Was this, tell me this was at least a one-car accident?
Judge, according to Mr. Hunt, there was barely even a tap on the other vehicle. The police were not called originally, and the parties agreed between themselves that if there was any damage, they would contact each other. That's not how it worked out. Mr. Hunt received the citation after the fact, and it's your turn to clear it up.
It's the same guy that failed to appear for his jury trial. That's even better than not showing up for a year. So we brought people in here for a jury trial, and your arrogance caused you. This is, Foley Carter, your name?
I feel like there was present in the project.
You read the report on this case with Mr. Hunt?
As a juror.
I'm just curious as to what it is that led to such a generous offer here.
Well, he's taking responsibility for the drug license suspended encounter, so I felt it was,
How much damage to the other vehicle that he left the scene? And then he doesn't show up for a jury trial, which doesn't put him on my popularity list. You don't care about people's time?
Yes.
You made us bring in 20 people here, and you don't care about people's time? Huh?
I didn't know it was 20 people brought in for the jury.
What'd you think it was?
I didn't know.
Did you think about it? Because that's arrogance. Are you arrogant? I just never understand that. I don't understand a lot of things here just between you and I, Mr. Hunt. I don't understand a lot of the way that a lot of people think. I just don't. It's just not the way I was raised. But when they don't show up for a jury trial like they're larger than life, that's going to make a headline in my book. How disrespectful. I plead guilty to driving on a suspended.
Yes.
And you plead responsible to distracted driving accident. The prosecutor is going to move to dismiss the leave the scene of a property damage accident. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
If you plead to driving on a suspended, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Distracted driving is 0 points. And that will result in a dismissal of the 6-point leave the scene. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And the only reason you're here, by the way, is you got arrested and then had to set a bond, right? Right? Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. There will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
To the charge driving on a suspended, how do you plead?
Yes.
To the charge distracted driving, how do you plead?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on June 27 of 24 in Van Horn near Telegraph in Brownstown at 5:30 PM?
Yes.
And was your license suspended?
Yes.
And are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accepted to that and to the charge again, distracted driving, responsible or not responsible. That please accepted as well. So suspended's accepted, distracted driving's accepted, leave the scene's dismissed, ready for sentence. You're all set.
Yes.
Anything you'd like to say?
Just that Mr. Hunt, will be eligible for reinstatement, in about a month. So he's taking efforts to work on getting a valid license or at least a restricted license so that he doesn't have to come before you on the same charge. I'm sure he understands the severity of these continued violations. I've discussed it with him. And he's acknowledged that he's in the process of working to resolve that issue so it doesn't continue.
You gotta go over to Lincoln Park and Taylor too.
I did discuss that with him, and I did notify him that there is outstanding.
Where does he work?
Mr. Hunt, already
Why aren't?
looking for a job.
Why not? Why aren't you working? Where did you last work?
That's church,
When was that?
2 years ago.
Big, strong guy like you're only what? 35? And you're not working for 2 years? What are you doing? Love it. Some guys figure out they're either trust fund babies or they figure out a way to make a living. You're not a trust fund baby, are you?
What's that?
You inherit tons of money or something? Get to work, will you? $200 on the distracted driving. I'm serious. You got to grow up. 100 fines, 250 costs, 75 victim charge, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees, 515 or 90 days plus your 200 is 715. You sign over your bonds. I'm not going to penalize you more than that. I hit you about as hard as I do on a suspend. It's just time for you to grow up. Good luck. I'll remember you when it's time to set a personal bond or a cash bond next time. Go down the hall and work that out. Good luck. Alston, is that yours?
Alton, yes, sir.
Elijah Alston. 260-150415. Ma'am, your name?
Major Oscar.
Good morning, Judge Messenger.
Does she stand mute, waive formal rating?
Yes, Judge.
All right, not guilty, please entered. She's also not going to plead to. All right, so the leave the scene is going to be dismissed pursuant to stipulation. She's going to plead to the driving without due care or caution, which is there's only one file, right?
Right.
Yeah, so she's going to plead on that file, and then the
original.
the leave the scene will be dismissed. I guess there was minor damage, it says, right?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do? If you plead to this charge, it's a civil infraction. I'll dismiss the misdemeanor. To that charge, driving without due care or caution, responsible or not responsible. Please accepted, 225. Original charge dismissing without a home, pay that, and you're all set.
Yes, I would like to pay your claim if possible.
When can you pay this?
About a month,
Where do you work?
the casino.
You pay 50 a week. I'll start this beginning March the 13th. And every Friday thereafter until paid, okay? They'll give you our website and they'll tell you what the charge is. Good luck. Desmond Peter Whitaker, 24B1461138.
Good morning,
And that's it. Yeah, okay.
Judge Messenger, on behalf of Mr. Whitaker.
Come on up, Mr. Whitaker, your name?
Mr. Whitaker.
All right, so this is gonna be a plea to no arms. He's another one. He just. Okay. He's gonna plead to no ops. They're going to dismiss the drive while suspend, right?
I believe he's gonna plead to failure to display, Judge.
Right, no ops on person. And
Yes.
then the suspend to be dismissed, right? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, possible penalties are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
I did.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes,
To charge no valid operator's license on your person, how do you plead?
responsible.
No, it's guilty or not guilty. It's a misdemeanor.
I'm sorry.
To the charge, no valid operator's license on person. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Telegraph near Van Horn in Brownstown, June 25 of 24 at 3:32 in the morning?
Yes,
You
sir.
have a valid license on your person.
No, I
Are you on probation or parole?
No, I'm not.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accept it to that charge. The suspense dismissed. Anything? He's another guy. He was in court and left. What, we didn't get to you quickly enough back in July of 24?
No,
Why'd you leave?
I just thought I was missed. That was my first time being in your court. That's all. So I just misunderstand. That's all.
Have you ever been to court before other than this case?
Yeah, recently, but at that time I hadn't. That was my first time ever being to court.
You thought it was over. I didn't even arraign you. You didn't even come in front of me that day. You just came in, decided you were gonna leave.
I said it was just a misunderstanding. That's all.
No, it wasn't. You didn't show up later either. Go ahead. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I've spoken to Mr. Whitaker, and he's assured me that he's gonna work on clearing any other warrants that he may have and working on getting his valid license back. Isn't that correct, son?
100 fines, 100 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 40, and attorney fees, 365, or 60 days. You have 150 in bond. You have the other 215. You can pay all this now. Good luck. People against Amber Russell. Amber Elizabeth Russell, 26B02516. Mr. Gaith, your appearance again.
Good morning, Matthew Gate, the parent to help Ms. Russell.
Ma'am, your name?
Amber Russell.
She signed an advice of rights. You signed this advice of rights form today, right? All right. So counsel, what do you have here? She's gonna plead to disorderly. There's going to be a dismissal of assault and battery. This will be taken under section 771.1, correct?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yes.
If you plead guilty here to disorderly, I'm going to dismiss the A and B charge. I'll take it under section 771.1. The possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those.
Judge, hang on. I'm having a problem.
There's some problem with our recording device. Hang on 1 second here. We need to call Shane.
Should be.
All right. Are you picking me up?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna start over. She's gonna plead to disorderly under 771.1. The assault and battery is going to be dismissed, correct?
Correct.
And is that what you want to do?
Correct.
If you plead to disorderly person, I'm going to dismiss the assault and battery. The possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form?
Yes,
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
yes,
The charge, disorderly person, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you in Brownstown Township on February 2nd of 26 at approximately 11 o'clock, 11:07 p.m.?
yes, sir.
And where were you?
I was at my parents' house.
And what happened?
Things just kind of got out of control. I wasn't really sure what was going on. And then, the police were called and I sat there patiently waiting to speak to them.
Wait a minute. Did you strike your daughter?
No,
What did she do that's disorderly now?
She knocked the phone out of her hand.
Not,
And because they got into a verbal,
this says she did lunge, strike, hit, and punch the complainant Emma Russell, her daughter.
that's according to the complaint witness, Judge.
Well, what do you think you did wrong?
She knocked the phone out of her hand. She thought that the daughter was gonna strike the mother at the time. When that happened, there was an altercation between them,
Between who's them? Her and her daughter?
her and her daughter, and ultimately resulted in the officers being called to the location again.
Who called the police?
Emma did, and then I waited for the police to come. They came, they took the statements, and then, they said that she wasn't going to press charges, but they needed to separate us for the night. And I had a scratch that was still bleeding, she punched me in the face, she punched me in the mouth, and she dislocated my shoulder.
That night? Yes?
Yes, in fact, when
She hit you in the face and she dislocated your shoulder?
yeah, it's due to have surgery. In fact, when I started crying.
Slow down. Why are you, wait? So she inflicted that kind of injury on you and you're pleading guilty because you slapped the phone out of her hands?
And that's what the police did. He just said, we have to separate you for the night. And I said, okay. I went to put my hands down. He said, no, no, no. He's like, not with your shoulder. And he put it in front. I'm due to have surgery.
How old's your daughter?
Thank you.
Where's the daughter? I mean, I don't even know if I feel comfortable with this.
I kind of like to, Your Honor, like, I don't know if I kind of like press charges against her because I was the one that was like hit and everything.
This is a young case. Let's put the brakes on. I'm gonna adjourn this again. I want you to think about what's going on here. I mean, if that's really what happened and you gotta have surgery because somebody busted you on the shoulder, what kind of surgery?
I had to have surgery before that, rotator cuff surgery. But it slipped again when she pushed me down, it slipped out.
Okay, so this was a pre-existing injury.
Yes.
So maybe, okay. I didn't understand that at first. Let's put the brakes on. We're gonna adjourn this 2 weeks again, okay?
Okay.
Give me a date, Heather.
Judge, you're not here on the 11th.
No.
We could, your next Brownstown date, Judge, is the 19th. So we could do the 19th at 10:15.
That's what we'll do. March 19th at 10:15. Is that okay?
Yes, that should be fine, Your Honor.
I just can't take a plea based on what I've heard. That's what I'm trying to tell you nicely. So I don't want to talk about it anymore,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Talk to your lawyer when you come back. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Jeff Johnson? Who has Carlton Thomas Johnston? Is that yours, Mr. Clovis?
No.
Which one do you
No,
have?
it's not, Your Honor.
What's that?
No, it's not.
Which one's yours?
Saliba Kakish?
I can't hear you.
Saliba Kakish. He pronounces it better than I do.
Oh, okay. Saliba George Kakish. I got it here. 261
Ready, Your Honor.
9962. Okay. I'm gonna need you to turn your device up and everybody keep their voice up, please.
Sure.
Nice and loud. Can you turn that up a little bit more, Mr. Clovis, please?
I got it at max. And I had another hearing earlier and, I think they were able to hear me. I've got it up max.
Well, maybe you guys can slide a little closer.
What
I
I'm
mean,
gonna do is I'm gonna bring it a little closer.
All right, state your appearance.
Your Honor, Bill Clovis, P 38434 on behalf of the defendant. Sir, would you please state your name? Saliba Kakish.
All right, so for purposes of arraignment, is going to stand mute and waive formal reading.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then he's going to plead guilty to operating while impaired with the OWI to be dismissed, true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do, Mr. Kakish?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty to that added count, the possible penalties are up to 300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service. Court costs are all 4 points. License suspension or revocation in accordance with your record. And your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
You are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by court or jury. You have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you're going to be giving up all of those rights, and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the charge, operating while impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on January 10 of 26 at approximately 12:21 a.m. on King Road, at or near 23555 King in Brownstown?
Yes, sir.
Did you drink alcohol prior to that? And if so, what did you drink and how much?
Yes, I drank I have a couple beer and
How many's a couple?
like every 2 hours, like 2 beers.
How many beers did you drink that day? You're not telling me you had two 12-ounce
4.
beers 2 hours apart and you had a .16, are you?
He said 4 beers. 4 beer.
See, I'm just having a hard time. You got to get closer. How many beers did you drink?
4 beers, sir.
And was your ability to operate that motor vehicle impaired due to the consumption of the alcohol? And if so, in what way?
Yes. Your Honor.
Why were you pulled over by the police?
He called the police. There was an accident. He called the police and he wasn't injured. The other person wasn't injured, actually drove away from the scene after the police arrived.
Okay, what was how did the accident occur, Mr. Kakish? Were you at fault in that accident?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
I was driving and
rear end
collision.
Hang on. Say it again.
I was rear end collision, sir. He said a rear end collision.
You drove into the back of somebody, is that right?
Correct.
Did you do that at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
Yes.
And counsel, was this an intoxilizer and do you stipulate that the results of that were accurate at .160?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole right now, Mr. Kakish?
No, sir.
Anybody in the world force you to plead guilty?
No.
Plea is accepted to impaired driving.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to dismiss the OWI. I'm going to give you $1,000 personal bond. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. Mr. Clovis, give him an AA sheet. I want you going at least once a week between now and the time of sentencing. And you're also going to have to come up here and be screened today. Mr. Clovis, if you want to call probation at 734-671-0201, I'd have my court officer take care of it, but he's not in here now. Just make sure that, just try to make it more convenient. I don't know if I'm sure they're going to want him to come over today, but I don't know if it'll be at 12:30 or 1 or what have you. And you come over here, you'll be screened and assessed. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. I'll give you a sentence date. And again, you have to go in person to AA, okay? One time a week, every time you go. You have to have that form signed. What do you have for me, Heather?
Court to school possibly, Judge?
You want to do?
Judge, could we just do a regular courtroom? Just because I'm completely jammed every day, and what is the date?
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. That's okay. Just give me another date, Heather.
Okay, March 25th at 8:30.
March 25th at 8:30.
Let me just check, Your Honor, if I may. I'm going to be, if we could do it later in the morning, I'm in circuit court on a sentencing downtown in person. Could we do it maybe at like 10:30, 11?
As long as you're not going to be late is the problem. I mean, otherwise I can give you another date. If I can give you 10:30.
No, yeah, I'll be there by 10:30.
All right, we'll make it.
I drive fast, Judge.
That's fine. We'll make it 10:30 in the morning on March the 25th. Okay.
Now, Judge, I have a question. Have you got a moment?
A question?
Yeah, I have a question. I'm thinking somebody didn't show up for their jury trial, and they were able to walk out of the courtroom.
Yeah, I know.
Should someone go back to jail for breaking the rules while trying to follow another court's order? That unusual question landed in front of the judge during one of the most surprising probation hearings of the day. A young man was accused of violating the conditions of his bond after his GPS monitor showed that he entered a court-ordered exclusion zone. Normally, a violation like that could mean an immediate trip back to jail. But this case wasn't so simple. The defense explained that the defendant wasn't trying to contact the alleged victim or ignore the judge's order. Instead, he was on his way to an anger management class required by his federal probation. While taking an Uber, the route passed through the restricted area, triggering the GPS alert. The defendant had already spent several days in jail because of that violation. He insisted it was an accident. The prosecutor confirmed there was no evidence that the defendant tried to contact the victim or intentionally violated the court's order. Instead of making an immediate decision, the judge began asking detailed questions. Where was the class? Where did the Uber start? How close was the exclusion zone? Could someone realistically drive to that location without accidentally triggering the GPS monitor? For several minutes, the judge carefully studied maps, addresses, and road layouts before reaching a conclusion. Then came the moment that changed everything. The judge looked at everyone in the courtroom and said something unexpected. I don't believe that he intended to do anything but comply with another court's order. Instead of accepting the probation violation,